The road into the Austrian Alps wound like a silver ribbon through endless walls of fir and stone. Clouds clung low over mountains, spilling mist that wrapped the forest in a cold, ghostly breath. And at the heart of it, hidden, guarded, and feared, lay Lake Toplitz. Dr. Emilia Hartmann had seen the lake in photographs, read every classified file she could acquire, and studied countless maps of the region. Yet nothing prepared her for the real thing. The water stretched long and dark, black as liquid iron, surrounded entirely by steep, jagged cliffs. There was no gentle shoreline, no welcoming beach. Only sharp rock dropping straight into the depths like the edge of the world. "Good God!" Emilia whispered as she stepped out of the Jeep, breath turning white in the icy air. "It doesn't even look alive." Her assistant, Lukas, zipped his jacket. Half the year it's covered in ice. And below 20 feet, he hesitated. No oxygen at all. That meant one terrifying truth. Anything that fell into Lake Toplitz never decayed. Wood, bone, metal, bodies. The lake kept everything. Which is why, for decades, people whisper about what the Nazis left behind. Gold, documents, forged British currency, secret research, and crates of something no one had dared confirm. Emilia stared into the still water. A thin ripple moved across the surface, disturbed by nothing she could see. The lake seemed to breathe. "Why here?" she murmured. "Why hide treasure in a place so dangerous?" Lukas swallowed hard, because no one would ever come back for it. And he was right. 5 divers had already died trying. Yet Emilia had come anyway. They walked up a rocky trail that clung to the cliffside like a living scar. Every step felt precarious, as though the mountain itself wanted to push them off. After nearly an hour of climbing, they reached a clearing, a lonely patch of earth beneath a towering spruce tree. The ruins of a small wooden cottage sat there, half swallowed by moss and thyme, luffed off a commander rider's cabin. Lukas said softly, he oversaw weapons testing here during the war. Emilia took in the sight. Bullet holes reeled in nearby stone walls, scars from explosive tests and experimental rockets. The air around the clearing felt still, almost watchful. Inside the ruined cottage, fragments of old documents littered the ground. Emilia reached for a rusted tin box wedged beneath a collapsed beam. Inside were brittle pages, mold-eaten edges, but still legible. Her pulse quickened as she translated the German handwriting. All crates moved to Toplitz. The deepest point must not fall into Allied hands. Paper currency to be dumped last. Maps will be destroyed after the night. And then one line that made her chest tighten. If anyone tries to reach the bottom, they will die before touching the gold. Lukas stepped back, alarm spreading across his face. That's not a warning. That's a promise. The wind shifted, cold and sharp, as if something unseen was listening. Emilia closed a notebook, her breath unsteady. They never intended anyone to return, she whispered. By the following morning, thick fog curled over the lake like something alive. Emilia and Lukas stood with their team on a narrow wooden dock that creaked under their weight. A dozen fallen trees floated just under the surface, fully intact, preserved by the oxygenless depths. Their sharp, rigid branches formed a deadly maze, capable of skewering any diver who slipped even slightly. "This place looks like a graveyard," Lukas muttered. "It is," Emilia replied, "a graveyard of secrets." They prepared the underwater sled, a remote, submersible craft equipped with cameras, sonar, and mechanical claw that could grasp objects half buried in silt. But it wasn't just technology Emilia trusted. She had studied every diver's report, every failed mission, every death. Once the sled was lowered, the screen flickered to life. The first 10 feet were clear enough, pale green water lit by the diffused alpine sun. But then the color changed, darkening rapidly until the screen showed nothing but pitch-black void. "No light reaches below," Emilia whispered. "Nothing grows, nothing breathes, nothing lives." The sled sank deeper, 20 feet, 30, then suddenly shapes appeared. Branches, hundreds of them, a submerged forest, still standing upright, as if frozen in time. "Careful," Emilia whispered. One wrong move and the sled was snagged. They maneuvered through the wooden pillars until the forest floor opened into a vast, dark basin. And there, half buried in silt, something metallic caught the camera's light. Emilia leaned closer, heart pounding. A box, a crate, a Nazi military crate. "Zoom in," she gasped. As the camera sharpened, the stenciled eagle emblem appeared, its wings still visible even after decades underwater. Lukas let out a shaky breath. "My God, it's real." The crate was too deep for any diver, but Emilia had come prepared. She activated the mechanical claw and slowly extended the arm toward the crate. "Just a little more," she murmured. But before the claw could reach it, the screen went white, then black. Static hissed through the speakers. "What happened?" Lukas shouted. Emilia's voice came out hoarse. Something hit the sled. A heavy, echoing thud reverberated through the water. Then another, and another. The wooden dock beneath them trembled. "Pull it up." Emilia cried. The winch groaned as it reeled in the cable. At 10 feet below the surface, the water churned. Something dark was rising with the sled. Something big. A log? No, a whole tree. An entire submerged tree had shot upward like a spear. "Get back!" Lukas yelled. The tree broke the surface, smashing upward out of the lake like a breaching monster. Water exploded into the air. The team stumbled backwards as the tree slammed back down, sending a massive wave crashing across the dock. When the water settled, the sled lay broken, torpedoed, crushed, ruined. No one spoke. No one moved. Finally, Emilia whispered, "It wasn't the tree. It was the pressure, or something shifting below." But the tremor in her voice betrayed her doubt. The lake had reacted, as if it didn't want them there. With the sled destroyed, Emilia knew she needed something else. Something old, something forgotten. That night, she and Lukas returned to Luftwaffe Commander's ruins. Emilia searched for hours, desperate for anything the Allies might have missed. At last, in a loose section of floorboard, she found a metal cylinder sealed with wax. Lukas's eyes widened. "Is that?" She cracked the seal and unrolled the fragile paper inside. It was a map, a detailed, hand-drawn map of Lake Toplitz. But one section was circled 3 times, annotated heavily in red ink. Final deposit, primary cache, crates to remain undisturbed until retrieval. Emilia held it with trembling fingers. This is at the location everyone thought was lost. But then she noticed something strange, an additional set of markings, smaller, written at the very bottom of the map. "Beware the gas pockets. Beware the sudden rise. Beware the dead trees." Her stomach twisted. Every warning matched the dangers that had killed the previous divers. And one last note chilled her blood. "If the crates are ever disturbed, the mountain will answer." "What does that mean?" Lukas whispered. Emilia shook her head. "I don't know." But deep inside, she felt the truth. The lake was unstable, and the Nazis had known it. For days later, the Simon Wiesenthal Center arrived with heavy equipment. Cranes, cables, generators, and most importantly, Oceaneering Technology's deep water device, known simply as the WASP, a machine capable of staying underwater for days. A machine that felt no fear. But Emilia did. The WASP descended into the lake with mechanical grace, its floodlights slicing through the eternal black beneath the surface. The camera feed displayed the submerged forest, the abyss below, and finally, the crates. Dozens, stacked in a rough pile, exactly where the map had shown. Lukas inhaled sharply. "We found them." Emilia leaned forward, heart hammering in her chest. Gold, forged British currency, stolen documents, Nazi secrets that had slept untouched for 80 years. It was all there, but as the WASP drifted closer, Emilia noticed something else. Dark bubbles rising from cracks in the lake bed. Gas. Methane gas from rotting plant matter, trapped for thousands of years. The same gas that had shot trees upward like arrows. "Back up," Emilia whispered. "Back up now." But then, the lake bed rumbled. A deep, guttural groan echoed through the speakers. The crates shifted, the forest below shook, and a massive tree began to rise toward the wasp like a launch spear. "Emilia!" Lukas shouted. She hit the emergency reel. The wasp shot upward, cables whining, lights flickering. The tree missed by inches. The wasp broke the surface a moment later, water exploding around it in a violent geyser. Silence followed. Heavy, breathless silence. Then Emilia exhaled shakily, her voice raw. "We found it. We proved it. But if we go any deeper, this lake will kill us too." Lukas looked at her, pale and shaken. "So what now?" Emilia stared into Lake Toplitz, the black, patient, watchful water. "We wait," she whispered, "and we come back when the lake is ready to let go of its ghosts." Behind her, the sun dipped behind the mountains, shadows swallowing the surface until the water looked like a sheet of obsidian. And deep below, untouched, unmoving, unclaimed, the Nazi treasure of Lake Toplitz waited, as if it knew that one day someone would try again. If you like the content, then like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more such content.